What is up, YouTube? Invalid TV here. I'm bringing you something extremely different. This is a Pokemon theory, part of a new series I'm going to be doing called iTheory. I'm also going to be doing something called iReview, where I review things, but this is basically where I come and debunk popular theories. The first one I'm doing is part of the inaugural series episode. First episode of this is the Ash Ketchum 10 years old theory. Now, a brief rundown: Ash Ketchum is the main character of the Pokemon series. I also do not own this piece of art right now. Don't own it, no affiliation with it. Get that out the way. Okay, so a popular theory is that Ash Ketchum is basically in a coma, and which is why he doesn't age. This whole coma thing, air quotes, happened on the first episode of Pokemon when Ash and Pikachu were running away from Spearows. Supposedly, when Pikachu unleashed a powerful electric attack, it sort of knocked both of them out. He was rushed to the hospital, he was put in a coma, and everything else that happened in the series was a figment of his imagination. Dark, right? I'm here to tell you why that is 100% false, nothing but fan fiction. The reason why it is false, and I'll give you a bunch of viable reasons. And I'm going to start with the most ridiculous to the most logical. The most ridiculous reason that actually debunks this is because on the first episode of Pokemon, Ash actually saw a Pokemon called Ho-Oh, who was a Generation 2 Pokemon. Just let that sink in. Ho-Oh is known as the Eternal Joy Pokemon, so to speak. Basically, in Ho-Oh's Pokedex, it states, whoever sees this Pokemon will be blessed with eternal joy for the rest of their life, and Ash's eternal joy would be him staying as a child forever, running around, catching Pokemon, meeting friends, being with Pikachu. That's a more plausible theory. Number two, the reason that Ash could be 10 years old is because maybe time goes by slower in the Pokemon universe. Like, there is no hard evidence that time goes by the same rate in the Pokemon universe as it does here. I mean, come on. This is a universe that has fire chickens, giant water alligators, giant moving forests. Like, this is a universe of some crazy stuff, right? Like, there's no guarantee they age or the time goes by the exact same. There's even a time Pokemon that's known as Dialga, which means that time very well could go at a slower pace. A year for us could be maybe half a year for them, which means 6 months in the Pokemon world. No, sorry. How would I say this? I guess you could say maybe 6 months in the Pokemon world could equal a year in our time. Basically, their time is different from our time if you want to go that route. Number 3. It is never explicitly stated that Ash is 10. Ever. Besides when they actually said it. After a couple seasons, they do not, to my knowledge, mention Ash's age. He's just understood to be 10 because they just never bring it up again. I could be wrong on this, but I've seen about 90% of the episodes. Now, there have been some that I missed because I didn't have like the station growing up when I was a child. I would just have VHS tapes. But as I grew up, I actually got to watch more on the internet and such. But I know just about everything there is to know about Pokemon. But to my knowledge, they do not explicitly state Ash's age anymore in the series. For all we know, Ash could be 15. That goes back to the other theory that time does not travel the way it would in our time. And the last reason is that this one is the most logical, the most viable reason why Ash is still 10, and the one that I believe is the absolute truth. Are you ready? The reason that Ash is supposedly 10 forever is that the Pokemon creators are lazy. Yes. Not necessarily lazy, but Pokemon is a generational thing, right? People that watch these videos, people that play the game, watch the series, grew up with Pokemon, right? As we grew older, we cling to Pokemon as our childhood memory. With this new generation growing up, they want to have them with the same effect. So it would be very logical for them to enjoy Ash the way we enjoyed Ash as a child, right? He's easier to relate to, so to speak. So instead of making him grow older with us, they want to keep him younger to appeal to the audience that's coming up, which is why he stays 10 forever. It's basically an infinite reboot, which is another theory that I'm going to put into this. Why Pikachu seems to get weaker every season. That is because Pikachu is reset. The writers simply had nothing for Pikachu to explain his strength. Reset. This is the same Pikachu that tied with Latios in a tournament in the Pokemon League, but lost to a Snivy. That is because the writers, they reset Pikachu every season. There's no way to explain it. That's just how it is. They reset Pikachu, which is why you got rid of Volt Tackle for Electro Ball. Weird, right? But the verdict on this theory is that it's false. That Ash is not in a coma. It'd be pretty cool, right? I don't think so. Butterfree most likely won't come back because after butterflies mate, they die. I'm sorry for being a pessimist, but that's the truth. I miss Butterfree, I really do. The reason that Ash is 10 is because the writers just want to have him appeal to the younger audience and just keep him as a child so they can relate to him. So anyway, that's pretty much this theory. I'd say debunked. So, you know, if I'm wrong, then please tell me. That'd be great. I really see this theory floating around a lot, and I see a bunch of theories floating around. I'm just thinking people have way too much time on their hands, but hey, I guess that makes something more interesting, right? Anyway, that was the first episode of iTheory. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe, watch the video, let me know what you think. iTV is signing out. Later.